Hello, everyone. Brian Albert from IGN here, alongside James Faulkner.
Hi.
Hello. Today we're talking about Halo 5 Guardians, specifically this very short teaser trailer, the bullet trailer.
Yeah.
This was leaked a few days back and pulled, and here it is again. It's back up now. And it looks really short. It's like, what, 15 seconds or so?
Yes, yeah, it's about that.
Yep. And you might have seen some buzz. There's like a ARG going on online about this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to kind of break it down and show how there's a little more to this trailer than what might meet the eye.
Yeah, there's... Okay, as the bullet spins, you can kind of make out some letters. It doesn't even look... Since it's not even that high res, it's kind of hard to read. But what people have pulled from are the 10 words are... son, abductee, victim, orphan, recruit, soldier, warrior, ally, hero, savior, traitor.
Right. So it starts with the sniper rifle, which is just the standard sniper rifle that's in Halo games. Looks pretty cool. And as if here, we'll just show the whole thing really quick because it takes no time. You can sort of see like hints of words on there, but it's pretty fast. Boom.
Then it shatters.
Headshot collides with Master Chief's helmet. Goodbye. That really sucks for him.
Yeah.
So those words we ran down sound a lot like the origin story of the Master Chief.
I mean, it is, and it follows exactly with the established lore of which Bungie and then 343 kind of established with the expanded universe, starting with Fall of Reach, which described the recruitment of all the Spartans and their training, and then they're basically transitioned into the actual Spartan program where they get the armor and everything.
Right. Yeah, the book covers all of that. I mean, it's hard to see here, but, you know, it starts with Son. He's abducted at the age of 6.
Yes.
And then he's replaced with a Flash clone of himself.
Yeah.
Which is lame because that clone then dies. So the parents think their little baby Master Chief is dead.
Yes. Yeah, and they did that for every single Spartan.
Right. Meanwhile, the actual kids are off training for 8 years to become super soldiers.
Yes.
And again, as you said, I'm going to run through them again. Son, abductee, victim, orphan, recruit, soldier, warrior, ally, hero, savior, traitor.
Yeah, so like I would consider like warrior through savior that you're pretty much running through from the end of Reach all the way through to the end of Halo 4 in terms of his progression. Because like he's a legendary soldier, but like he doesn't become that like savior until or at least until like Halo 4.
Right. So the big question here is, why traitor? Because everything else leading up to it is established. You know, there's soldier, he becomes a warrior. Ally might be sort of how he allied himself with the Covenant in Halo 3.
Yes.
Hero, you know, he saves the galaxy. You know, hero leads into savior. But in Halo 5, he is supposedly this traitor. And Agent Locke is supposed to hunt him down.
Yes, and to give some context for that, you kind of have to go into ONI, which is basically like the military secret police, like or secret organization.
The Office of Naval Intelligence, I believe it is.
Which is now being led by Saren Osman, who, long story short, she's a former Spartan that kind of has it out for Dr. Halsey, who was pretty much the person behind the Spartan program, and is also, again...
Right, she's super intelligent, started the Spartan program. She's also sort of, in a weird way, kind of like
the mother.
Yeah, she's Spartans.
And they kind of consider her in that role.
Right, and I do want to point out, in Halo 4, in Spartan Ops, all the way at the end of those 10 episodes, she puts out a kill order on Dr. Halsey.
Right, and that actually gets resolved in the books. She is now, like, she is basically like in their custody, and like she's basically still working for them. Like she's doing stuff for ONI. Like she's not gonna like allow herself to get killed. She does get shot.
She does get shot. Sarah Palmer tries to kill her.
Yes.
But none of that really explains why the Chief is a traitor, though. We did see in Halo 4 he like directly disobeyed the captain of the ship he was on.
And that's kind of the start of it. What actually happens is like, and it's kind of left a little bit ambiguous, is that in the comics, which is called Halo Escalation. Basically, after he loses Cortana, he starts going out on missions with Blue Team, which includes some other Spartans. Again, one of the retcon things in the Halo universe, but there are other Spartans. They are out doing other stuff. And basically, he starts going on these missions, and eventually just goes AWOL. And it's not entirely cleared up why he goes AWOL, but we assume he's probably searching for Cortana, because that's what the series is about.
Right, yeah. Spoilers at the end of Halo 4. Cortana sacrifices herself to save the Chief from this explosion that he detonates to kill the Didact, his old Forerunner enemy.
I have a couple theories about.
Oh, let's do it. Theory time. Sorry, everyone. I just kind of keep zooming back and forth on this. By the way, there's not a whole lot to show. That's literally the entire thing. Is the helmet exploding? But go ahead.
I feel like at the end they're going after the Composer, which is like basically a machine that digitizes physical beings into basically a digital matrix and stores them so that they can never be restored. I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen in Halo 4. That's my prediction, at least. Sorry, Halo 4, Halo 5. What am I talking about? Halo 5 Guardians.
Get with it, James.
But yeah, I kind of feel like that's where this is all going. Again, we'll have the story of John Locke hunting for the Master Chief.
Yeah, I'm just sort of curious, like why they think he's a traitor. Like, I mean, maybe he went AWOL and that is bad, but like they're sending someone after him, like not just like find him. There's like this guy who's
they could call it
hunt him down.
Only deploys a Spartan recovery team. So maybe that's like maybe this has happened before with Spartans going AWOL, and it's just them like being like, hey, well, it's the Master Chief, we need him back. It also in one of the wikis describes him as John leads Blue Team on countless military operations when needed, drawing speculation of his mental state from ONI officials, probably again from Osman, because Osman has a vendetta against pretty much anyone loyal to Halsey.
Yeah, we saw at the beginning of Halo 4, someone, I believe that person's still unknown, was questioning Halsey, interrogating her, kind of finding a way to replace John and sort of asking if the Spartans' lack of human empathy, of how they're all broken, sort of contributed to what they are. Really interesting. A lot of just unanswered questions. And this trailer doesn't so much give us more information as it does is sort of like recaps what happened and kind of makes you curious about what's coming.
Sure, and there's also a live-action trailer coming in the next couple of weeks that probably will reveal more. Again, this is all part of the ARG. Where they're releasing, they're doing like this basically series that is based on the protagonist of what is the name of that guy? Second Sunrise over New Mombasa, which is, if you've read the comic book, is about this basically photojournalist that is contracted under ONI to basically make propaganda, and it's basically it's an audio podcast type thing.
Right, and that's tied to this hashtag here at the end, Hunt the Truth. If you go to, I believe it's huntthetruth.tumblr.com, it's sort of set up like, hey, I'm a war photojournalist, and I was contracted to do an in-depth profile piece on
the Master
Chief.
Yep.
And it's kind of cool so far. There's not much. There's like a SoundCloud audio log. There's a version of this trailer up there, and some hints as to when new stuff is coming.
Yeah,
but
and it should be about once a week. Again, that we'll get new tidbits or new seconds, probably leading again up to something.
Cool.
Yeah. Right. I'm stoked. I love weird Halo Expanded Universe stuff.
Yeah, me too. I kind of fell off on some of the latest books when there got to be a ton of them, but before I was like really into it. I still care about the Master Chief. I like that story, despite that he doesn't really talk much and he always has a mask on. I still think there's a cool like human character there. So I can't wait to find out more about Master Chief.
Me too.
Cool. Thank you for watching, everyone, and for more on Halo 5, keep it right here on IGN.